Output-only prompts make AI agents miss goals. A report, code change, or spreadsheet says what to produce, but not what should change, who should benefit, or what evidence would count as success. A 2026 Microsoft research paper argues that current collaboration tools often track tasks, yet rarely help people articulate goals, surface misalignment, and carry those goals into the work itself. This episode turns its 6 design requirements into an AI goal contract for defining outcomes, boundaries, evidence, and adjustment rules before you delegate. You will also see how to carry it through planning, execution, and review. This video is packed with practical value to help you get better at using AI. It is a longer one, so follow Tiny Agent and save it for later. First, separate the deliverable from the goal, and you will see why many agent tasks look complete while producing no useful change. A deliverable is the report, code, meeting notes, or email. The goal is the outcome it should advance, such as a faster decision, fewer errors, or a customer taking the next step. If you ask for a competitive analysis, an agent can optimize pages, sections, and polish without knowing which decision the analysis must support. A clearer assignment is to compare 3 options so the team can choose, by Friday, one path that can launch within 2 weeks and still be rolled back. The same spreadsheet should contain different evidence when the goal is archival compliance versus deciding whether to renew a contract. Ask 3 questions first: who will act on the result, what state should change after that action, and which observable signal will prove it. Do not use complete or professional looking as the goal. Those are quality constraints, and they cannot replace a user or business outcome. Chapter Recap. First, a deliverable is only a vehicle for the goal. Second, the goal must name the decision or change it should advance. Third, format and polish belong in the constraints. Second, turn a vague intention into a result you can judge, so the agent has a direction for trade-offs and self-checks. A usable goal names the subject, the desired change, and a success signal, such as helping a first-time user complete an initial import without assistance in 10 minutes. Then add boundaries that cannot be sacrificed. Do not expand permissions, alter production data, or send unreviewed material outside the workspace. Goals can be hierarchical. The top level explains why, the middle level defines what should change now, and the bottom level contains the steps an agent is executing. That hierarchy prevents local optimization. If a step conflicts with the higher level outcome, the agent should expose the conflict instead of completing the step mechanically. The paper also treats goals as evolving. New evidence may justify a change, but the system should preserve what changed, who changed it, and why. Use this compact sentence: for whom, within which boundaries, move what state from here to there, judged by which evidence. Chapter Recap. First, a goal needs a subject, a change, and a signal. Second, boundaries stop the agent from reaching the result in the wrong way. Third, goals may evolve, but every change needs provenance. Third, keep the goal visible in planning, execution, and review instead of mentioning it once at the start of a chat. During planning, each step should connect back to the goal by explaining which uncertainty it reduces or which validation evidence it creates. During execution, show the current action, the goal it serves, and the objects it may affect, so a person can correct the direction at the right moment. When several paths are possible, compare how each affects the goal, time, risk, and reversibility instead of returning one confident-looking answer. Across sessions, keeping the goal and key decisions is more useful than preserving every chat turn, because the next session needs the reasoning behind the work. In meetings, the paper shows how defining purpose, success, and challenges upstream can improve agendas, preparation, and the focus of discussion. The same goal can help a recap agent assess achievement, a scheduler identify who should attend, and a task agent connect actions to outcomes. Chapter Recap. First, every step should explain which goal it serves. Second, keep the goal visible while the agent acts. Third, preserve decisions and reasons across sessions. Fourth, make disagreement and goal changes explicit, so you catch a directional error before the agent spends more time and money. Increased conversion may mean sign-up rate, paid conversion, or lead quality. An agent should not silently pick one interpretation and continue. It should restate its current understanding, identify the ambiguous term, and ask one minimal question about the real outcome and priority. When collaborators have conflicting goals, show where the conflict came from and what will be sacrificed by choosing either side. Keep goal versions beside the evidence, so a review can distinguish execution failure from a success criterion that changed midstream. Before a high-risk action, simulate likely outcomes and show why the proposed path appears consistent with the goal. Low-risk exploration can be more autonomous. Permission, cost, or irreversibility boundaries should trigger explicit confirmation. Chapter Recap. First, restate and confirm ambiguous goals. Second, show the source and trade-off of a conflict. Third, keep versions and evidence together. Finally, compress the method into a goal contract you can use before every delegation. Column 1 is the intended outcome, whose state should change, what should change, and why that change matters. Column 2 is success evidence, which metric, behavior, test, or human judgment must appear before the task can be marked complete. Column 3 is boundaries and authority, what must remain untouched, which actions need confirmation, and how to roll back failure. Column 4 is the adjustment rule, what new evidence may change the goal, who approves it, and how versions and reasons are preserved. At each key checkpoint, ask the agent 3 things: which outcome this action serves, whether evidence is stronger, and whether a goal conflict has appeared. At review time, do not check only that a file exists. Use the success evidence to judge whether the user state, system state, or decision quality actually changed. Screenshot the contract, outcome, evidence, boundaries, adjustment. Use it. Chapter recap. First, for columns turn a goal into executable constraints. Second, checkpoints keep testing the goal and evidence. Third, validation looks for state change, not just a file. The ceiling on agent collaboration depends not only on model capability, but also on whether people and systems can make goals clear. Separate the deliverable from the outcome, define the subject, change, evidence, and boundaries, and carry the goal through planning, execution, and review. Before your next delegation, spend 1 minute on the 4-column contract. It is usually cheaper than repairing prompts after the task misses the point. Which AI agent task would you give a goal contract first? Share the scenario in the comments. Follow Tiny Agent. Tiny Agent helps you get better at using AI.